Okay.
All right. What is up, everybody? What is up? It's another stream here. Welcome back to UC Esports. I'm brought to you today by University of Cincinnati Overwatch Club. I got my two co-casters here. I got Hirsch Patel and Danny Konechny. Did I say it
You
right?
got it. You got
Let's
it.
You
Let's
got
let's
it,
go.
Cleveland.
go. I'll hit the pose
First
later.
try.
Don't worry. Don't worry. All right. Anyway, those are our Twitter handles down there. I'll let my guys introduce themselves. Starting with Hirsch here.
I'm Hirsch. Everyone else from UC knows me as Hershey, and I'm a support main for UCOW Gray.
Awesome,
Hi.
Danny.
Hi, I'm Danny. Twitch.tv/DanCon. That's all I'll say this time.
W. My goat. All right, and I'm Cohen David Duck. Cohen David Duck on Twitter. Icy Wolf with an E. Gotta keep the E. Don't worry. I'll be your host today. I am exec for UC Sports production manager and secretary. Danny kind of left us. He decided to retire from UC, so he's not on a team anymore. But he was the goat. He's still the goat. Don't worry.
Appreciate it.
He's our honorable mention, and then Hirsch is on our great team. And might go up. Who knows? Always looking for better. We
Oh
see
yeah.
those her stonks.
He's been hitting the cues.
That's
Doing
right.
well. Been seeing that.
All right. Anyways, I will show you guys off here with our team one lineup. I'm brought to you UCOW Black. We got Blurs on tank guitar master. On DPS, the Goat Master, we like to call him, Zek the Sneck. On the other DPS role there, Epic Gamer and Samson as your backline here. I believe it actually will be Nitro as one of the supports starting out here. But we'll take a look there. Not sure who is all in there. It looks like it is Samson and Epic Gamer actually, so I was right. But going into this, I have no clue who Tufts Overwatch Blue is. We kind of just found out about these guys
Throwing shade
today.
already.
Yeah,
It's crazy, man.
yeah,
I mean, who knows? These guys could be the next goats. You never know.
true,
And
true.
some of the people you never heard of. Don't
Um,
judge a book by its cover.
This is also the first time we're playing against them, so we'll have to see how they do.
that is true. I am just trying to see all of them. It looks like we have a Zoo as tank. I think that's how you say their name. Azu, Jim the Great, Burb House, Volcarona. Yeah.
Volcarona, yeah, the Pokemon.
I'm sorry, I don't play.
God.
Come on, Cohen.
Uncultured. Uncultured,
That's
man.
true.
Come
That's
on.
true. That's true. But here's the lineup, anyways. Azu on tank, Jim the Great, DPS, Burb House, DPS, Shamrock with a lot of extra K's at the end that probably won't fit, so I shortened it. And Volcarona on support. That's your support backline there. But anyways, going off into our map pool here. I think we will be starting on Ampen, and it'll be going off from there. This is actually incorrect. You're seeing a whole bunch of other maps that I decided to throw up there. Sorry.
Scuffed as always.
Here we go. Here we go. That's a
There
little
you
bit
go.
better. It's just one map. The whole game's one map.
That's
Whoever's,
it? For grand
yep,
finals?
yep.
Just one map.
Just one map.
Winner takes all.
Crazy. What a world we live in.
That's true. That is true. We'll see. But yeah, prod is are ready to go. It usually takes everybody a long time to get ready and get moving, so we'll see here. But it looks like
Any second now.
any second now.
Fortunately, we don't got the super fast face it matches. We're not that important yet.
We don't have that kind of
We don't have that kind of
funding.
yeah.
Soon,
Soon smile.
soon we'll be good enough.
One day maybe.
We are good enough. What am I saying?
True. I'll chuck us back here so we can yap a little bit because it looks like they're taking their grand old time, but that's mostly expected for the grand finals. I mean, what can you say? What can you say? Looking at what we have here, we actually have a few people joining us in the VC. We got Soars. Shout out Soars. He's doing homework. And then we got Crayola. Hello, Crayola. They can't speak because I'm just.
Crayola's also deafened.
Crayola is deaf.
But they're watching. They might be watching stream. You never know.
Yeah, that's true. But we are on a 90-second delay. Chat. Hey, chat. Hey,
Pulling
chat.
up chat.
Is chat even chatting?
Chat's chatting.
Chat is chatting.
Oh, good call on the ping message there.
There we go. There we go.
Good comms.
Good comms. Good comms. All right, looking at our stream here, do we have anything? All right, so Burb House is actually the tank, I think. Everybody's messed around here. Mixed up. I think Burb House is the tank. I don't. Never
prod
mind. I can't say. I can't say. I can't say.
Can we get a prod confirmation on that real quick?
I have no clue.
Oh yeah, shout out our goat Z Shrimp Man there. That's him.
Yeah.
That's our old retired prez. He's an old man now.
I think AZ's still the tank. I think the teams are in a weird order. But
They are in a weird order. That's true. But that's our goat.
we'll see.
I mean, anything could happen. For all we know, their support backline could be their DPS.
Yeah, we're let's go in. I don't care what their lineup is. That just messes up one of my screens. It's okay. It's okay.
It's alright, we're locked in now.
And now we gotta change the team name. Hold on. We might get in there eventually.
Is there any like what's the it's Playfly, right? Are there Playfly like mods in there that are able to run stuff or no? Is it all player setup?
It's all the players.
That's wild for grand finals.
Yep.
We are in.
Alright, and we are in. I'm just communicating with one of our execs because something looked kind of fishy there. But it's okay. We'll figure it out. We might have to consult some rules, but it's okay. Anyways, going in here to Antarctic Peninsula, it's always the one famous map everybody likes to start out on. We started out with this on semifinals, and we did it for round 7 as well. So we shall see here. Oop. Oh.
I have
Anyways, guys.
that was
Anyways,
so
guys,
tough.
leaked. You guys got a little look there. Leaked. Sorry.
NA
I
prod.
kind of NA prod.
Any POV streamers in Discord real quick?
POV streamers? I don't think so. But that was kind of awkward.
Or OBS streamers in Discord real quick. So that your co-casters can see the gameplay.
And we're off.
Alright, it's fine. I got the Z Shrimp Man POV here.
That's true. Anyways, that's our UCOW Discord. Join up. I don't remember what the link is. I think we still have the UCAL link, but it's okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyways, they're pulling out the Junkrat here on AmpM. We've seen this from Zeknasek last week, or last game actually. We took a week off because of Thanksgiving, but it's always the GOAT. I mean, he just gets a kill right there, and it's already in favor here for UCAL. They're already up 2 now, but Blurs is down for Valverona.
Yeah, Tufts capping the point there, actually. They're rolling out of the Junker Queen composition.
Samson going for
Yeah,
their junk, it seems.
yeah, Samson going down, unfortunately. But Epic Gamer getting 2 counter picks, and they're able to recap. Oh, no, never mind. Birdhouse. He touches, but doesn't matter. Guitar Master with the flash.
That's our GOAT master.
Right there.
That's our GOAT master. We gotta glaze him. We gotta glaze him. You know, my one true king that I always glaze up, Eric, the Erlich, the Genji goat on red team. But anyways, alt economy looking pretty good here. Blurs is only at 40% now, matched to that 26 Orisa. Azu did swap over, and he goes down pretty quickly there. The Guitar Master,
Guitar Master getting it back.
Yeah, I mean, Zek the Snek cleans up backline there. I mean, Zek the Snek and Guitar Master just work so well together. I think they're probably one of the best DPS lines here in Open Plus, actually. And that's not without Glaze. They kind of carried last match in semifinals with a 3-0 victory there over Northwestern. And now it's looking pretty good here for UCOW as 50% is counting very quickly.
Coming up on 5 ults too for UCOW here. Where Tufts, they only got the they're down a Reaper ult, a DPS ult there, but they're engaging with this Juno ult. Anything counter coming out from UCOW, now they're just gonna try and kite away. They've still got the point here. Not a whole lot they need to do, and they re-engage with the Curie ult. Yeah, there you go.
Here comes the Neck Tire, and looking for that backline there on that Juno, and does he get it? It looks
The
like he,
Juno?
what?
Doesn't get the Juno.
Unfortunate. It's all good. They kept the point there, and Samson got to pick onto Azu. Volcarona picking up Guitar
Blur's
Master.
about to have Surge. Use a Surge.
Tufts getting out the Dragon Blade there, picking up Epic Gamer.
Taking off
Clean
Blur's
up
as
there.
well.
Yeah, they cleaned up and captured the point. 87% on the board for UCOW there, 23 counting up for Tufts.
Looking pretty strong here for
With
UCOW.
more ults.
%30 now here for Tufts, looking kind of desperate here for them. They only have that one ultimate, the Reaper Blossom, which is down here with Birdhouse, but Guitar Master does have that High Noon along with the Samson Juno ult. It looks like Guitar Master will get sped around here.
Yeah, engaged with the High Noon, doesn't pick up anything
He
with
has
the
to
ult,
pick
but
on
does get one on the Shamrock there, yeah.
Reaper ult cleans up.
Area
UCOW.
clean. Woo! Birdhouse cleaning up! My goodness!
Area
Tufts-
cleared.
Tufts blue, hold that! Nirissa said, dead on the ground. Nothing to show for it.
UCOW coming up on Tire and Kitsune, while Tough is coming up on Juno ult.
Looks like the main thing that Tufts is going to work around here is probably that Blade along with the Juno Ray. That will help them get in very quickly there, but Epic Gamer does have his ultimate up very quickly here. 73% here for Blurs, but there's 90% now counting for Tufts. It's not looking good for UCOW. They got to make some sort of play.
Yeah, Blues fell incredibly low there, had to disengage, and they're trying to re-engage here. Zek actually gets a kill on the Birdhouse, but Blurs
Down goes Blurs.
falls to Shamrock here. Trying to make
They
something
used
happen
Kitsune.
here. A lot of ults coming out from UCOW, but nothing to show for it. Still
Tire
very,
comes out
very
from
low.
UCOW.
This Tire's got to get something for UCOW here. It looks like
This
it
Tire-
will. That's huge here for UCOW. Now we're heading
Genji
over to the
Blade comes
Blade.
out from top.
This net goes down. Can he get anything else? No, he can't. But it doesn't matter because Tufts will secure the first point. Incredible play. They brought up the Sigma there at the end. I was very surprised by that. I thought that Junker Queen was working pretty well, but they prefer the Sigma and it worked out.
It looks like one of the biggest things that UCal kind of struggled on there, that kind of brought them down, was unfortunately giving up a lot of percentage just to one last team fight. Actually, they lost about 35% after losing one team fight, which kind of hit him in the butt there. But I think it's looking good here for UCal. Seeing that they were able to capture 90% or somewhere around there pretty quickly says a lot here for this match. But we're headed off to our second sub-map here. 1-0 in favor here for Tufts.
Yeah, I think if UCOW just got a few more kills with their ultimates, it would have been a lot better. They didn't use their ults, you know, as best as they could, and could have gotten a lot more value with them. But engaging here now, they're on the Tufts on the Sigma composition here, as opposed to the Junker Queen or the Maga that they were on earlier. But Lurs is engaging here with that Javelin spin, falling back here, a little low on HP, didn't quite get the space he wanted.
Guitar looking for a pick here.
I did just notice that my graphic is wrong. Sorry gamers. It was backwards. Tufts was on the right. No, that's wrong. Blue is Tufts this time, so they are in the lead here. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
NA
Tufts are on
prod.
the left, UCOW
NA
on the
prod.
right.
Tufts looking to pick off Blurs here.
Looks like Tufts
Yeah.
will get the initial capture there, but Birdhouse is already on 95% ult charge there, and it's looking like Tufts has a very strong ult economy here, as it's just compared to UCOW. They're only going to have about 3 ultimates approaching here as Blur swaps over to that Ramatra, which could probably be a little bit better pick. I'm not sure what UCOW's thinking strategically here. I think it can work in many different ways, but against the Sigma Reaper, it's going to be tough, along with the Genji as well.
Yeah, Zek the Snack very close to his ult, but the area is
Great
cleared.
goal.
Doesn't get any value, and Zek picks up the kill. Ozzy is still trying to clean up with this Sigil, but not a whole lot they get done. But Volcarona gets a kill, and Jim the Great gets 2. Azu getting Guitar Master. They were able to hold that despite, you know, not getting anything with that Reaper ult. They had to use the Sig Flux. That's kind of a win for UCOW. Got out 2 ults for... I guess they used 2 on their own. Maybe that's not as big of a win as I thought.
Looks like Epic Gamer will swap over to that Brig. That might be a little bit better pick here against the Genji, especially since Jim does have that blade now. That could be kind of deadly, especially if UCOW decides to go into this tight corridor here once again.
Possibly be looking to play Juno here.
Yeah, Jim the Great uses the Dragon Blade while in that Juno ult. Very, very dangerous. Gets a lot of value out of that. Burb House cleaning up. Guitar Master gets a trade, but it's not looking good for UCOW here. They're gonna have to switch their comp up to touch. Zek the Snack might just fire his ult and spawn. We'll see.
90% now here for Tufts. It's looking kind of desperate here for UCOW, especially since they're pretty far away from this point. They only have a Zek the Snack tire to work with here, and it doesn't look like anything's going to happen very quickly here as overtime is triggered now. Blurs is approaching his Remelter ultimate, but now they're playing off a tire. Looking for this tire pick once and for all, but Burbhouse takes out Zek the Snack, and it's a little trade now, 4v4. And that Brig ult for Tufts is out. Nobody's dying very quickly here as it's still overtime.
Ultra ult comes out, gets a
Ultra
counter
ult.
pick. It's looking good for UCOW. They have the man advantage here, but we'll see if Tufts
Now
can do
goes
anything to
Guitar
stop to
Master
get 2.
and Samson.
The Genji's now deep in the backline. UCOW are able to cap and hold this game on for just a little bit longer. It's a big stagger here too if they can get it. 2 big staggers here if they can get them.
The Reaper gets Tufts. Reaper gets out. Seems like.
Yeah, the TP gets him out safely.
20% now here for UCOW. The ult economy is looking a little bit on the stronger side for UCOW. They do have that Brig ult as well as the Reaper Blossom. Those are 2 big things that they can work with here as they do make the swap over to Mauga.
Tufts looking to use Reaper ult, it looks like, to clean house.
Yeah, both Reaper ults on the board here, but UCOW's got those support ults in the backline. See if they can engage first with them. They gotta do something quick here. Zek the
Guitar
Snack getting a
looking
pick though, that's
for an ult.
huge.
Looks like Guitar wants to get enabled here. And is he able to get anything? It's going to be pretty hard to, as Birdhouse is just laying down the heat on him. Blurs goes down as well there, now 3v5 as UCOW is at 55%. They are going to lose point here. It's now back into overtime as Epic Gamer goes down as well, and it's not looking good here for UCOW at all.
Didn't use the support ults.
And
it was
yeah,
super
that looks like
unfortunate
that'll
there,
be
yeah.
map, unfortunately, there for UCOW. There's not much to say there. It looks like the ult economy was just a little bit stronger there for Tufts, and that kind of just won them the point, or map in general.
Yeah, it's super unfortunate there. UCOW, they couldn't think of a strategy in time. They just neglected to use those support ults, and had they used those, they might have had a fighting chance there. They could have won that point. They could have won the game. But
That indeed, my
we'll never
camera
know.
is so out of focus. I'm gonna throw up. I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out.
do it off
It's, like,
stream. Do it
really
off stream.
Hello.
He just gets blurry and blurry.
I move away and it just gets more blurry, but it's okay. It's okay. Anyways, that is Ampen 1-0 now here for Tufts. Like I said, not much to say there. I think that was a very, very ult-heavy game. I think in Overwatch in general, you play for your ults, and occasionally whoever plays their characters better. But in this game, at this stage, you're not playing like that, and you're kind of just playing.
Yeah, especially in those brawl compositions, it's all about proactivity when you're using your ults. Whoever uses their ult first generally wins. In fight planning is incredibly important because you got to do that quickly and you got to do it effectively. if you don't do either of those two things, you're gonna lose, and that seems like that's what happened there for UCOW, unfortunately.
That is pretty much what happened there, but it looks like we will be going off to hybrid now. Numbani is chosen here by UCOW. It looks like we are ready to go and ready to rumble, but like I said, 1-0 now here in favor of Tufts. Yeah. I think it's still...
This is one of UCOW Black's stronger maps compared to Peninsula, I will say.
I do agree with that. I think their hybrid maps and their flashpoint maps are one of their strong ones. One of their stronger ones, I should say. But, yeah.
Yeah, they definitely have a chance to come back and win this. I don't think they were. It could have just been, you know, grand finals nerves or something like that. They didn't look as coordinated as they think they normally do, and I think if they just lock in, this is one of their comfort maps. They can absolutely come back in and win this.
All right, looking at the chat here. Shout out our UC Esports VP, Ellie, LW_. There we go. Dr. Magna said he would like to extend an offer to pay for Guitar Master's spring tuition if UC wins tonight. All right, that's in Nevada. Everybody knows it. It's documented now. You can't
Locked
take
in.
it back.
That is legally binding.
Shout out Soar's in there as well. He's in there. He's also in our VC too. UC Nacho Cohen rule booking. I am rule booking, man. Come on. Turtlezilla. Turtlezilla's in there with the Heimerdinger emote.
And the PogChamp. PogChamp's in there.
River's in there. That's true. That's true. All right. All right. It looks like we will be going into our map here. Tufts on defense first. And we will swap over here. It looks like they will choose for that Winston composition. For Tufts, they'll choose for a more pokey dive comp. Winston, Genji, Ashe, Ana, Brig. And it looks like Blurst will go on his all-time favorite Winston there, along with the Echo and Tracer following up there with Guitar Master and Zek.
Blurst going in.
Blurst on some low HP. They're unable to really do anything, unfortunately, but I think the poke here is a little bit better here for UCOW. They do play a lot better with Echo, Tracer, and Winston, so I think this will be a pretty good sight here for UCOW.
Yeah,
UCOW trying to pick off the or Genji here.
Both Winstons falling incredibly low there, and I think having the Echo here definitely benefits UCOW, especially going up against that Genji. You've got two really good counters in the Winston and the Echo into that Genji. You can't really do a whole lot, and you can't really dive your backline with Nitro on the Brigitte there. UCOW doing incredibly well here to take this first point. Guitar Master drawing their backline away. Maybe getting just a little bit of help. Samson set up in this back corner here. But Tufts, they're going to try and touch as much as they can. Samson trying to heal Blurst back up to full HP. Both Winstons just dueling each other on the point.
That Nano comes out here on Azu. Well, he does have Primal up now here very quickly. But he's looking...
Gets slugged by Samson.
I like this Nano here from Samson.
Oh, yeah. The big Nano trades coming out here. Burphouse swapping over to the Sombra. Azu picking up a pick on the...
Blurst, he's got the Winston.
Blurst got the pick on...
The juggle of the century.
Looks
but it
like
doesn't matter because Azu takes up Guitar Master. Zek the Snack though, picking up Jim the Great, but Azu just takes it down and they're gonna hold this point. There's not a whole lot more that UCOW can do. It's a 2v2, but actually UCOW might get back there faster. They might be able to stagger these guys out or put some pressure down and cap this point fully. They got a tick, but they got to get that full cap. Blurst incredibly low here, jumping on the back line. Sombra TPing in, getting poked out. Backline of UCOW getting zapped by this Winston as he jumps out. Now Genji in deep here. They're going to be able to get him. Yeah, easily there. Blurst still on low HP, but doesn't really matter when the trade goes out. But the Sombra on the back line. Samson falling incredibly low, but gets healed up by Nitro. Now Guitar Master going in.
Pulse bomb off on Brig.
Great pulse bomb there. Great ults coming out from UCOW, both with the rally and the pulse bomb there. They're hopefully going to be able to cap this full point here if Tufts decides not to touch. But the Sombra's going to try and touch here. Zek the Snack copy available. Sombra absolutely 1 HP. Azu falling to 1 HP. Nice. Okay, they get that one, and they get the full cap. Holy, that took a little too long for comfort there.
That did. Now 3 minutes and 30 seconds back up on the clock while Blurse is just going to clean up house once again here. He is on the Winston, and the Blurse Winston is just too deadly. One of the people he likes to compete with to see who the better Winston is Soars. Once again, I gotta talk down on my boy in here. Yeah, he can't talk either. He's muted.
Bullying on the UCOW stream.
I'm kidding. Both are really good. And that's why they're so close in rank and play. He can't even defend himself. He'll defend himself in the chat, don't worry. Alright, but they're set up here now. 3 minutes still left on the clock, and it looks like that recall will...
Azu gets the pick on Guitar.
Yeah, Guitar was kind of out of position there. It looks like Azu will be able to clean up fight now. Sending UCOW right back to the spawn room.
Samson tried to engage Blurse with the nano there, and unfortunately it didn't really matter when the first pick went to Tufts there. 3 ults on the board for them, coming up on 4. Only 2 on the board for UCOW. It's not looking good for this push here.
Alright, it's looking like 2 minutes, 20 seconds left here on the clock. 3 ults for pretty much both sides here. That Volcarona Brig Rally is coming up very quickly here. That'll kind of negate Blurse's Primal, unfortunately, but I mean, it's just going to be a game of Winstons here until whoever does the most damage, as Azu does get nanoed, and he does do that nanoed Angry Monkey as along with the blade. Holy moly. I mean, Tufts really wanted to win this fight.
Yeah, that's 3 of their ults out on the board, and UCOW just used nothing. That's a pretty good fight for UCOW. They've got just the rally for all 3, or for almost 4 ults now for UCOW, both DPS ult, the tank ult, and almost that Brigitte rally. That'll be a lot of ults for UCOW.
Also coming up on Ana Nano too as well.
Yeah, you'll build that incredibly quickly too with the Winston going in there. Big anti.
Will UCOW
big pulse.
with...
Maybe big pulse.
Burp House is now out. There's no EMP able to get charged now as Blurse does drop out that Primal. It's looking very good here as Zek the Snack copies the Ana, able to fully pocket Blurse right back to full HP here, and it looks like Blurse is just taking an immense amount of space here as he's just running it with Guitar Master, and UCOW is able to win this fight as quickly as it started.
Yeah, that was really good for UCOW. That's good to hold on to both support ults there too.
And they do capture the point there too.
Yeah, be good for future fights.
Blur's looking to get a pick on their Genji right now, it looks like.
If you're UCOW, you want to play this quick. They have no ults. Tufts has no ults here, and you do have Rally and Nano. But Burp House does have that
Tufts is
EMP.
coming up on EMP.
Yeah, they'll definitely have that here. Probably gonna choose to engage with it. Or maybe they'll use it more defensively to counter this nanoed Winston. Or not, never mind.
Nanoed Winston, look at all this space that he's making, and he's in there with Guitar Master. I mean, that just takes pretty much everybody off the point, but unfortunately, Azu is back there tearing up the UCOW backline.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. The counter dive was too strong, despite the nano going out there. Nitro still has the rally. Guitar Master building a pulse real quick. That'll get 3. I'm coping, but it'll get 3.
Coping. Tufts does have 4 ultimates approaching here, and only 2 for UCOW are on the board as 1 minute remains here. I think this is really good, especially.
EMP.
I like this. I mean, Tufts used EMP right out of the gate here. Now they're down to only 3 ultimates, and UCOW has even more time to just kind of ult dump. UCOW is
1 minute remaining on the clock for UCOW.
Yeah.
That's a really big trade. Good ult percentage there for Blurse. They'll be close to that primal. 3 ults for UCOW. I'm sure someone's already said that like 3 times, but it's fine.
I mean, all economies looking pretty much equal here for both sides. Blurse is going to get his primal here very quickly as nanoed
Popping
blade.
Rally and Nano Blade.
Tears through the rally. Not a whole lot you can do into a nano blade there.
Looks like Blurs will just choose to reset, and I think that's a pretty good call. As now you have 20 seconds. You do have Primal, you have Pulse Bomb. Zek is approaching High Noon and 50%. That's a hard one to get. But
And
Samson
is approaching a Nano.
Yeah, that's true. There's 10 seconds left. Blurs might have to Primal to get to point here. And it looks like that might be the case as Nitro does go down. Pulse Bomb
targeting
stuck.
That's a big pulse. He got the touch off and a good pick. Blurs now primaling, trying to stall as much time as he can here. All of the members of UCOW are on the board. You know, seeing if they can make anything happen here on point. Blurs falling to incredibly low, but gets nanoed back up. Kills Volcarona here. Now going in very, very deep, very, very low still though, but so is that Genji. Jim the Great, very low. Gets healed immediately back up though, and UCOW are gonna just have to push this, stay on point, make sure nobody C9s.
Looks like UCOW will be able to stabilize here fully as Zek does have his
Tufts uses EMP.
That was a really big EMP there. 4 EMP'd there as Zek does go down. Blurs down now as well. And that will be the round as UCOW takes up 54 meters there on your third checkpoint. I think that was a lot better than having... How do I word this? They went around the corner instead of just being under that bridge there. I don't know how
they
many
didn't get
meters,
stalled at the choke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's
it was a
better.
good push. It was a very, very grand effort. You know, I think they can definitely hold this. It's very, very, very winnable for UCOW here.
I think so. I think the compositions are going to be pretty much the same here. I think both are still going to rock the Winston. Sigma. Holy Sigma. Alright, so we're going Torb. Alright.
Keeping the Winston, Brig, and Ana.
I'm
Both
interested.
teams going Torb.
I like the Torb picks here. I think we need to have a hammer only challenge.
I agree. Determines the whole grand finals. That's all you need. Hammer 1v1s would go crazy.
All right,
They did
well,
that in one of the OWCS things. Probably in Overwatch League 2. I don't know. I'm a new gen. I've only played Overwatch 2. What's this Overwatch League thing you're speaking of?
Looking at the chat once again, Soars is sticking up for himself. What a goat. We have to send it back over because I'm on the same. I'm like window sharing, so if I pull up Twitch, you're gonna see the Twitch chat, which might not be a bad thing. Might not be a bad thing. All right, Torbs, or only one Torb.
Yeah, he's sticking to the Torb here. I don't mind that pick, especially when you're thinking they're gonna go up against Sombra. The Burb House going on the Tracer here instead. See how that pans out.
I do like these
Like
picks
the snack
here.
running through their Winston's health.
Yeah, now Tracer duel in the back line. I think Guitar Master's got this, but I'm a little biased. The GOAT.
The Goat Master.
Yes, sir.
Blurs will
Blurs
take
will
out the
step.
Gotta take a little nap there. There's now only 3 minutes left on the clock here. I mean, time is ticking very quickly here. But I mean,
Who jumps in on Samson?
I think Burbhouse just got one clips there by Goat
Yeah,
Master.
no, seriously. That was disgusting. Just kind of, both teams are just sitting on this high ground, poking each other out, trying to build ults for the supports. Both Ana's Samson already has the nano boost built. Shamrock, as I say it, gets it built. Both Nana's probably gonna come out here in this next fight on the engage and on defense. As I say it, both Nanos come out. Zekasnek falling very low, but Samson drops down. Blurs now trying to get any value he can from this nano. Pops the primal, gets the Brig, or gets the Ana, and is probably about to get the break here too. Seen into the future. There we go.
Oh my word. What can I say? What can I say? I'm not that good
possibly
at
into
wasted.
Here too.
Yeah, oh yeah, he gets him. Okay, maybe
Only-
not, but he gets him out of the fight, and it's good enough.
Only if Blurs had the same Reinhardt as me. What can I say? I'm just the GOAT Reinhardt. I even look like Reinhardt. I just.
What is this guy talking about?
I mean,
maybe
you
we
run
ought to check
Reinhardt
him?
here. You run Reinhardt here. It's clear. You run Reinhardt on Numbani.
You know, I think you should leave the Overwatch to
Copium.
pros, man.
Copium. Copium.
Leave it to the people on the high teams, you know what I mean?
Copium.
Anyway. Ozzy making the switch over to D.Va here. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like Winston is just so dominant on this map.
I do believe. I think the
Zach,
Winston
not coming
match
up
would.
on Torbolt.
I think the
UCOW
Winston's
hero
match.
3 ults.
Yeah, you guys got 3 ults, but so does Tufts. Zach taking out the hammer there for a sec just to hit the ping.
Rally popped by Tufts.
Yeah, Vocorona trying to go in, trying to get some value out of that rally. Ooh, but Guitar
Jim the
Master's
Great
1
trying to
HP.
look for a pick.
My goat, he falls. Doesn't matter, the
Down.
D.Va gets demacked. Burp House wastes the pulse bomb there, gets the pick onto Nitro, but Zach now
Zach
using his
uses
core ball to
core
effectively
bolt.
get them all off the point here. Falls, unfortunately, to Burp House. I wonder if Tufts are going to cap this here, I think, unfortunately. Despite, you know, all those ults coming, being committed by UCOW.
Guitar
Never mind,
looking to
Guitar
stall
Master's
point.
stalling. He's stalling like crazy here.
Let's pulse.
I really like the stall there. That took off another 10 seconds there, and now there's only 3 minutes left on the clock here for Tufts. I think Guitar Master stalling there for that extra 10 seconds, taking the death, was pretty beneficial there for UCOW.
Yeah, and he built the pulse bomb like Hirsch said. That was a really good, really effective stall there.
UCOW coming up on Winston ult, having 3 ults. Same with Tufts.
Yeah, Burp House making a swap over the Pharah here. Interesting.
I don't.
Pointing out that they don't have a hit scan, but I mean the Torb is essentially a hit scan. The Ana buff recently,
Ana's
she's
also
essentially a hit scan, like a hit scan DPS. She's kind of crazy with it. So
Blur's looking to try to pick off their Pharah too.
This is an
Nano Blade coming
ugly
out.
blade.
why did you have to say anything? Why did you? Why? Okay, never mind. Zach got him, but like still, the caster's curse coming out of this guy, man. Sorry, Zach picks up 1, but Burp House takes out Blurse, unfortunately. Burp House on this Pharah proven to be pretty dangerous, despite our talking about him, our chirping.
It looks like Nitro did pop rally there to the Nano Blade, unfortunately.
Burb House looking to zone them out using Pharah.
Hopefully another crazy stall coming out. Fortunately, no ults for UCOW. Both ults now coming out from Tufts. Azu getting 2 with the D.Va bomb explosion, but Zek getting a counter. It's a good trade, but it's not enough.
D.Va and Genji rushing Zach.
They've got 3 minutes here to capture this last point. Looks like Azu might make a swap. Nope, never mind. Sticking to the D.Va.
Alright, 2 minutes and 45 seconds now up on the clock here. UCOW's ults not looking too strong here as they only have the Nano up and ready to go very quickly here.
UCOW making some swaps. Zach the Snack on Echo again and Guitar Master on Cast.
Yeah, probably trying to play this a little bit more range now. That they've got this long final choke sight line they can play with.
I do like this
UCOW
Nano
popping
here.
Nano.
Yeah, Blur's unable to do anything with it though, as Tufts effectively kites that. Big anti-nade coming out getting Azu, but no follow-up. UCOW, they're trying to hold this for 2 more minutes now. No ults on the board. Shamrock with a Nano and a rally for Tufts.
Pops
Rally
rally.
comes out.
2 minutes still up on the clock here. Now 5 meters left to go. Rally is out here. Ana Nano is up here for Tufts as well as Blurse goes down. Guitar Master down now as well. And Tufts
They don't touch the point.
Tufts takes another map, sending us off into 2-0.
Unfortunate UCOW, they just didn't have any ults once again. It's just it's an ult differential. The ult economy. I know we talk about it a lot, but it's ever so important. There's a reason it's talked about so much.
All right, and I think one of the biggest things that we do need to mention there is that Genji. I think the Genji pick that Tufts had there was pretty strong there for them. I think that kind of put Nitro into a little bit of a predicament on that Brig. He couldn't go as Lucio as well. I think Brig was the pick there, but I also think that the Genji was just, I mean, he was enabled by his Ana. The Nano just overrides a Brig in any situation, unfortunately, so.
Especially with Tufts tank playing off of their Genji.
Yeah, definitely. The tank comboed up with the Nano Blade there. It's very deadly combo. You know, Nano Blade, one of the the most infamous ultimate combos in all of Overwatch. You know, it's the one that, you know, strikes fear to the hearts of people. I don't know what I'm saying. Going over to Coliseo though here.
It
Next
might
map.
be Flashpoint. Who knows? I
Okay,
don't know.
never mind. NA prod.
NA prod. That's our fault. It's our
And
fault,
a
but
prod
that's
making speculations once again.
that's your map pool right there. I'm unsure if this is best of 3 or best of 5, so we'll have to see. It is Flashpoint, so we are off to the UCOW map. This is the time to shine. This is the time to shine.
Wasa.
Suravasa.
This
And
is our map.
we are ready to roll. We are ready to game. I'm interested to see if this is best of 5 or best of 3. I didn't check, so sorry if it's best of 5 or best of 7. Sorry, Jesus. Usually the ending, like grand finals and semis, are best of 7, but semis were not best of 7 last game. So, anyways, that is your map pool there. Now 2-0 for Tufts. And we will be sent off into the UCOW map, like I said. That is the normal UCOW map. That is where we seen the GOATs, red team, spring 24 semester team come back and roll from that deficit and do a reverse sweep. And I think we've seen black do it as well. I think last game they were also down 2-0 and brought it back. I can't remember exactly if they did, but if not, I apologize. But
I don't remember. Yeah.
it looks
But no,
like
oh, yeah, no, go ahead.
no, my watch came off. My watch came off. See,
So
that's why
would you
it's
say
good.
it's not an Overwatch anymore? Okay, never mind. I'm done. No more.
Horrible pun.
No, that's fair. I'll take my leave. I'll see you guys later.
People leave. All right, and we're into Suravasa. Scatter. The scatter emote. We need to add that to the Twitch chat. I think I'm needed like.
We gotta 7 TV, man.
Yeah, I gotta get 7 TV in here. That'd be goated. But we are off into Suravasa now. 2-0 for Tufts. Potential match point? Who knows? I don't know.
You said it's either best of 5, or no, best of 5 or best of 7. I thought you meant first to 5 or first to 7.
If it's best of 5, it's match point.
Good lord, first to 7 would be awful. Okay.
Best of 4 or best
best of 9?
That's nice.
Yeah, that
No,
is
not
best.
yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, best of 9.
First to 7 wins?
Wait,
First
no,
to
I-
7
wait,
wins would be like
wait,
best
no.
It might take a while.
that'd be best of 12.
Yeah, you're right.
We don't. All right.
That's what, you know what? Never mind. I wasn't thinking. Forget about
This
it.
is UCOW prod free.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going. It's Flashpoint. It's time to go. These games never take longer than like 10 minutes, so stay tuned in. Chat. Twitch
UCOW
chat.
on the Arisa comp once again.
Yeah, Zach the Snack back onto that Junkrat comfort hero for him. He's crazy at it though. One of the best Junkrats I've ever seen. It's first Suravasa point.
Ooh.
Lots of
Epic Gamer.
crazy early first pick, but as you're getting a follow up there, but gets a little too deep, overextends, and falls to Epic Gamer once again. This guy's crazy. Glad they put him in.
Of course, get the pick on the Genji here.
Epic Gamer did go in there for Nitro, so that is the swap that you see there, and it looks like UCOW will take this point very quickly now, 10% up and going. Epic Gamer has 50% now, along with Guitar Master on 69%, and it looks like...
There we go.
There's my code. And it looks like Tufts economy is looking kind of poor here. They don't really have anything to work with besides that Brigitte ultimate.
Does UCOW get an early pick here?
Looks like it might be very possible Guitar Master getting these early pokes, but Burbhouse countering back.
yes,
Blurst
yes.
also on very low HP. Burbhouse picking up 2. This Reaper pick is so strong.
Does he
Love
pick up the
Reaper
third?
guy. Epic Gamer gets a trade though. Epic Gamer is getting so many
Epic Gamer
picks this
is
game.
just showing up, I guess. I don't know.
He's just so epic. He's so epic.
Look at those ults. for UCOW here, though. Tufts only has about maybe 2 to work with here, and UCOW has.
They're coming up on 3 actually.
Yeah, UCOW, I mean, has a lot to work with here. Epic Gamer does have that rush. They do also have the high noon, and just a walking high noon is one of the deadliest things in the game, I think. And that looks like
Engaging
potentially what might happen.
Here. Guitar Master getting picked off here.
Yeah, UCOW committing a lot here. Both support ults committed here. Only the rally, but they're not able to win.
Ulsa's been committed.
Yeah, there's the Terra Surge, but
picks.
Herb House gets a pick, and Shaman, or almost Dawson's there. Blurs doesn't get anything there, and UCOW, despite committing all of those ults, they're gonna lose the fight and that first point. It was looking really good at first, but they just, I think what I saw there is they didn't commit fast enough once again. They got to set the tempo with this comp. Oh, and you were right! They're swapping to Rhine!
Boom!
I don't believe
Let's
it!
go!
We see
My
the Ryan
goat.
comp here.
Yes!
I don't believe it!
That's
He
my
called
goat.
it.
That's my goat. That's my goat. We're playing real characters now, baby.
Bringing out the hammer and
lock
shield.
in, lock in.
I like it. No, I like it against the Sig here.
Beating the Ryan in.
Big ult's coming out from Tuft there. Unfortunately, they're gonna stagger Samson just a little bit there. Wasn't as, you know, detrimental as it could have been, but still gonna impact how fast they get back to this point here.
I think that was only 1 ult there from UCOW, 2 there from Tufts. They do have the tire to work with, and it looks like Zek has been going for that Juno pretty much every time. Uh-oh.
Rip House in the back. Area cleared, gets 1, but it doesn't matter because Samson gets the counter pick, and Blurs is
My
going
goat.
in with
Does
this.
he get the brig?
Yeah, he
Oh,
gets
yeah.
the pick up the brig.
Oh yeah, of course he gets the break. He's Reinhardt. What can I say?
And Tuft committed the orbital ray there. That's incredibly unfortunate for them. They lost that orbital ray, one of the most crucial ults. Very game changing.
Tops coming up on Briggle, while UCOW's ult economy looks a bit more higher with 2 more ults.
Yeah, and Blurs is growing ever closer to that Earth Shatter. Guitar Master gets an early pick. He's just so good. That's my goat. UCOW gonna go in on this. This Genji off to the left gets
my.
destroyed by Blurs' hammer.
I mean,
The
what can I
fire
say?
strike.
Reinhardt's the pick. Reinhardt's the pick.
Blurs
An
looking
absolute
to get shattered
Rhine
here.
masterclass.
That's all I could say.
No, say more. I want to hear your thoughts on this
No,
Rhine.
no, that's all I can say. Ryan's just so good. Ryan's just so good. He's S tier tank. S tier.
Play him in every game. You heard it here
He's
first.
OP. He's OP.
New meta. Rhine fart.
All right. Here comes the hammer. Gets nobody.
No, Blurs.
It's okay, because now it's a 4v4. Now that satellite vector does come out here from Samson. Look to secure this fight now, 99% and counting very quickly now. Looking for that
to get a
Orisa.
pick on the Orisa.
Boom.
Gets a pick on the Orisa.
Tuft is so low. Unfortunately, they commit the rally there too, but I think
this
it's
is a
worth
good
it to cap
rally.
this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good. Reaper goes down there, Guitar Master.
The Reaper.
Oh, you got the right. You got the vector
Ocarina
out.
committing.
And
Or
yeah,
they
and they
were-
committed their orbital ray there. That's insanely good value there for UCOW.
I mean, yeah, that
UCOW's
worked out
secures
really
the
well.
Second point.
That's the fire strike. This is cinema.
This is cinema.
This is cinema,
hold on,
people.
Hold on. Swap over to us. Ready? Cinema.
This is cinema. This
Cinema.
is cinema.
Oh,
Wait,
cinema.
you can't see. Cinema.
Cinema. All right. 1-1 now. Looking for this 3rd sub point. 3 ultimates for Tufts, and it looks like 2 are approaching here for UCOW. Looks like that tire will come out.
I'm predicting a 5K. Okay, I shouldn't have said anything.
Doesn't
Caster's
get anyone, but
curse.
gets the damage off.
Ooh, a Zoo is just taking an immense amount of damage there, and so is Jim. Oh my god.
Guitar Master. That's my goat. I gotta call him Goat Master now.
Tara looking
There's
for a
nothing I
pick
can
here
do.
with high noon.
Gets
Yes.
another one with a high noon. They're going in on this.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
the brig.
You You just don't see Cass gameplay like this anywhere else, folks. He's just the best. That's my goat right there.
And that's why you don't make Guitar Master mad, because now he's just a goat master. And this is the same thing that we've seen in semifinals, just hitting all of his shots, absolutely decimating everybody, and with the help of Zek as well. I mean, once again, deadly DPS duo.
Burp House, though, he's got that Death Blossom here in store. Waiting for UCOW to kind of group up, use their cooldowns, get in.
Oh!
But he doesn't. He waits too long and goes down to Zek the Snack. Guitar Master and Epic Gamer team up on Jim the Great, and it's oh no, he gets flipped off.
Alright, guys, don't look, don't look.
No. God, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Alright, 95% now. I mean, ult economy for UCOW. 5 ultimates approaching here for them. It is looking very, very good here for UCOW. They just have to play it smart, play it right.
Off coming up on 4 ults.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty colorful fight. This next,
Oh, yeah.
This next one, everybody's just gonna press Q, and whoever
Lots of
presses Q,
buttons.
yeah. But I do think that UCOW can get away with just using 2 ultimates here. They've been blowing up Burp House and Jim pretty much every fight, but that goes without saying. That Reaper Blossom comes out and gets nobody because that Shatter comes down. Big slam.
Oh my goodness, it's incredible. This is peak. This is peak.
This is peak.
The Tufts also committed the orbital ray there.
Boo.
Well, they made the swap to Bastion?
Boo.
That's crazy.
Boo.
I'm actually really excited to watch this. I really hope Ozzy switches to Ryan. Just makes it just the best grand finals ever. Ryan 1v1. Be incredible. Azu though on the Orisa has got the Terra Surge in his pocket. Shamrock with the that rally. Azu falling incredibly low, but Burp House trying to get a flank, but Guitar Master takes out the High Noon with the speed and the shield. Trying to pick up someone. He gets the Genji real low and gets the follow up there.
I
Rolls
like that.
out of danger there. UCOW got in and out, and now they're re-engaging with that orbital ray. They're going in here. Terra Surge comes out for Azu. It gets 2!
Terra Surge gets 2!
It gets 2! That's so unfortunate for UCOW. They got us steady here now. Blur's on very, very low HP. Samson trying to heal him back up, but it's incredibly difficult to when there's so much spam coming in from a Bastion and an Orisa and a... Everybody on Tufts there. Incredible fight, incredible efforts there for UCOW, but they do give up that point.
Blurts is staying Reinhardt. He's such a Chad. He's my goat. This is the guy I look up to.
He is the guy who plays Reinhardt in actual actual matches.
That's true, that's true. Alright. Here comes the Bastion ultimate. Doesn't get out of anybody. He's looking for Nitro. Doesn't get anybody there. It's looking good here for UCOW.
Shatter here.
Yeah, this is going to be a big shatter, and he needs to hit it.
Big
And he
slam!
does. He does. You need to look at the Bastion. You need to look at the Bastion.
Got killed too. Orisa 1 HP, falls to Zek the Spec. Guitar Master picking up, and all of UCOW just clean that up. Incredible point. And they win Saravasa. That's our map.
That's our map, baby. UCOW's map.
Riptire just for show. Actually, no, they could definitely touch here. I may have spoken too soon. Doomfist and the Nano Blade, or the Juno Blade, they definitely touch here. I might, if I cast it, if I cursed it.
You cast or cursed it.
No, okay, it's fine.
It's the pick on Samson.
I think it's fine. They committed both ults. We've got Radley for next fight. Okay, guys, hold on, wait. I didn't do this.
So, looking at it realistically, Tufts has no ultimates here. You do have an Epic Gamer Rally to work around. You do have a Samson Juno to work around as well. And I mean, if you just keep enabling Blurst to go in, they are not on that Bastion anymore. Blurst is able to just kind of walk now for free.
And Blurst will get shattered quick.
Yeah, Blurst's Shatter will come online here very quick.
Touch.
You also have a Tire.
They didn't touch!
And they didn't touch.
Guys.
Tufts securing 4th point here.
Okay, you know, we're gonna ignore that last point. Just forget that ever happened. We got 2 ults on the board for UCOW, 3 coming up, almost 4, if I can count. Tufts, they don't got any. They're back on the Bastion. So they're off the Sombra here, but they're back on the Bastion, putting a lot of pressure onto Blurs. See how they handle it.
Alright, looks like UCOW will get to the point first now. 2-2 match point. In general, it looks here, as they are now back on the Bastion. Rally is online, ready here for Epic Gamer, as he is on a very low
Yes,
HP.
Riptire.
Fire here.
Big engage with the Riptire. They cap the point here, and they clean up without using any more ults. That's really good.
And it looks like, yeah, UCOW will clean up.
Point.
It was really good too because they were able to give that all that space without using any of their ults and without committing anything or without losing anybody, and they were able to cap that point just because they were able to stabilize, and then they used the Riptire and got that first engage. It was a good fight.
4 ults here for UCOW as that high noon does come out here. Looks like Tufts is just saving 5 ults, but it seems like Tufts has occasionally been a little ult hungry, and they do drop their ults very quickly. Here comes that Kutsune rush. Oh,
Big slam
I
was
like
up.
that
3
slam a
players
lot.
down.
I don't like that charge though.
Yeah. It's alright. It's alright.
I'm out.
Okay,
All right.
now.
All right.
Now I think I can officially say we won. Maybe, hopefully, they can touch again. They can
No,
touch
they
again.
can touch
I'm not gonna
again.
say
They
anything
do
else.
have a Doomfist. They do have a Juno. They're gonna just ring in.
They do have a Bastional and a Blade too.
But that
They
June
no
goes
longer have
down.
a Bastional.
Now
They
they
don't
can't
touch.
touch. Now they
Now
can't.
we win.
Now
Okay, we
can't
won
touch.
Saravasa. Fine. Copium.
UCOW's map, baby. UCOW's map.
Surreal.
We're so back. We're so back.
All right, that map was entirely won because Reinhardt, Copium. That's A. B. The map was won because Reinhardt, Copium. In all essence, though, I do think
Epic play the
Ryan.
game.
I think Ryan was the pick there right out of the gate. Oh, our stream just. I don't know what happened to our stream, but
Stream
there we
bugged
go.
out
There
again.
we
We're
go.
good.
There we go.
Okay, we're all good now.
Z Shrimp Man kind of froze there, unfortunately. But we're good. We're up and running now. But anyways, I do think Ryan was the pick there in either way. If I'm not a Ryan lover, I would say the same thing. You were running into a Sigma, and you could just bully a Sigma with Ryan. So that is UCOW's finally on the board, taking Saravasa there. And now it will be up to Tufts to choose the map, and we shall see what that is.
I was very glad to see that.
All right, we're already
Blurs-
chose a map.
Hey, never mind. I don't get to talk.
No, go ahead, go ahead. You
Looks
two
like
can talk. You two can
Esperanza
yap.
here.
I was gonna say I was very happy that Blur stayed on the Reinhardt despite the enemy tank going Orisa. You know, you normally don't see that happening, but sticking to the Rhine I think was in the end the right decision. Even with the Bastion there too, it was really really good.
And we are ready to go. We are ready to roll. And it will be. How does the announcer say? Esperanza.
Esperanza.
Yeah, it's something like that. We'll see. But it looks like Tufts will be on defense. What am I saying?
Push.
What am I saying?
And a prod.
I'm too old for this. I need to retire. Danny, come back to UC. You could be the prod manager.
Give it to Hirsch. He's got it.
I don't think I could handle it. I'm not
I
gonna lie.
believe.
That's a little too much pressure.
What do you mean? You're
for
already
me,
the UCOW Gray backline.
You got
You got
it.
We don't talk about that backline.
Soares is our goat. He's saying,
Oh, that was Miles who said that?
yeah.
Okay. I've already doxed him. It doesn't matter.
All right, let's look at our Twitch chat here. Where's our goats? Where's our goats? Oh, this is
Yeah,
so epic. Yeah, I'm here now. Time to lock in. All right, choose in the chat, guys. Now we win. They don't have an answer. I mean, the Ryan diff is just insane. What did he say? I think we all need to play the quiet game. I think Trentino _ Overwatch. Who is that? I don't know who that is. I'm kidding. That's our goat river. I think we do need to play the quiet game. We're gonna like sit
Yeah.
here.
I need to stop cursing.
True.
Cursing our matches. It's it was
We're up.
unfortunate that
We're
last
running.
the last point. Where are we in now?
No, we're not in. We're sitting and chilling.
Ah.
We're Bing chilling.
All right. Okay. We're chilling. How are y'all today?
I'm doing great, man.
How was your day?
are
How was
you?
your day? Doing alright. Could be better.
It's great. Yep.
Yep. So that weather.
So that weather. So guys, we've seen Reinhardt gameplay, right?
Don't you guys just love Overwatch?
I love
I love
Overwatch so
Overwatch.
much.
I love
Overwatch is so good.
Overwatch.
Wait, are we on like a bio break?
Yeah, bathroom break.
Oh, are
so
we?
guys,
Okay.
we're gonna send you all into Be Right Back because
We'll
I
be
have
right
nothing
back.
else to say. Alright, sorry about that, guys. We'll be right back. Alright, guys, we're back in.
We're back. Quickest bio ever.
A quick
Long
bio.
time no see.
Long time no see, but we are into. Ready?
Got it.
There we go. Esperanza.
Good.
We're so cool. We're so cool. We're so back. Anyways, here's your map pool. I gotta show off the graphic while we can. It doesn't say who the winner on Suravasa is.
NA Prod.
NA Prod. There we go.
There we go.
Boom. All right, we're up now. We're so up. Anyways, Esperanza, 2-1. Tufts leading the way on a potential match point. Still haven't confirmed it yet. I need some confirmers. I need some Playfly rulebook
Any
lookers.
confirmers in chat?
I need some UC_nachos or whatever your username is. That's my president. Shout out our goat Nacho. Anyways, we're back on Reinhardt. I'm like it's. What can I say on stream?
This is gonna be rough though. If Zach this next gonna.
Hold on, I gotta do the flex. I gotta do the famous flex.
Bro thinks he's sores.
All right. Anyways. All right. That's
Bro
the
thinks he's
That's the
Mauga.
Reinhardt. Yep. Mauga. Bah! Trash character. Sorry. Reinhardt's the only good character. Because Blurse is on it.
Reinhardt. Not doing a whole lot though. Pharah falling half, so is Guitar Master. The Pharah 1 HP here. Azu falling real low too on the Orisa. Burbhouse trying to make some space, get some picks here.
Oh.
But Zekasnek getting one to Azu early, and Blurse gets one to the Shamrock. Zekasnek going for this for the Genji here. Can easily one-shot him now that he's lower HP. No, I shouldn't say easily, but you can one-shot him with Junkrat.
We're already down to 9 minutes now. Ultimate's looking pretty low, obviously, on both sides, but Zek is farming that tire very quickly. I think Zek's tire is actually one of the biggest things that starts out team fights. He's able to pick off a Juno or a Brig pretty much every time, and that's one of the key roles to UCOW's victory in team fights.
I don't think UCOW are going to try and push this super far on this first push, especially. Just because it's more advantageous to play this high ground like what Guitar Master's doing, just poking him down and getting a pick just like that.
Oh
That's
my
exactly why you
goodness,
wanna sit
Guitar
back and
Master.
He's just the
Guitar's
GOAT, man.
got high noon.
GOAT Master.
It's Goat Master. I think they're finally locked in. I think they're finally doing their deeds that we've seen last time in the semifinals. And
Azu
UCOW
unfortunately gets a trade, but UCOW is going to get this forward spawn here.
sub
Blur
to
pinning in.
minutes.
I
Oh,
like
yeah.
This
I
is the
like
gameplay. This is good gameplay.
This is
I
the
like
Reinhardt game.
I
for
don't know how I feel about the actual play. I mean, they've got 4 up here, but they're probably just going to try and get back, just get a little bit more further. They might just die on point, honestly.
I just think
That'll-
I think I can hear Nitro complaining
Guitar
about all
getting
the
the pick on the Pharah.
Yeah, or Guitar Master's just going to get a crazy pick like that and make them commit to
Also,
Juno ult like
uses
that. That's really
Vector.
good. And the re-engage here?
Oh
He's
my!
got
I
one
mean,
with
that
the
was
high
set up.
noon.
Yeah.
He'll be able to get more. Blur's pinning
Ryan's
in.
going back in.
I mean,
Azu
this is.
really
Oh,
he gets the shadow.
nobody! He
the
gets
shadow.
nobody.
This game is so bad. This game is bad. Nah. No, that was not Blur's fault. That was gonna hit all of them, and it just vanished into thin air.
I was saying earlier, I just know what's going through Nitro's head because I know he's a Rhine hater. I know my Rhine haters. I keep them in the back of my head.
Big barrage coming out from Burb House. But 103 meters pushed by UCOW
yeah.
on this first push. That's insane. That's really, really good, and that's going to be a monumental challenge for Tufts to come back from.
I mean,
UCOW looking to reset here.
already 7 minutes now. They do have a lot of time to work with, but like you said, UCOW pushed it so far. I think this is going to be a very steep uphill for Tufts.
We lost our Reinhardt. He's on Diva. So
I'm in
sad.
shambles. I'm in shambles.
Does Zach the Snack look for a tire here?
No, he's gonna help Epic Gamer kill the Genji, and now look for a tire. Oh, it's so over for Tufts. There goes your Winston.
There goes the Winston.
Where'd he go?
I mean, that Genji just blew up. Genji's a good character and hero added together. I think I just did. But hero.
Crazy stagger here on the Burb House too. It was really, really good. Jim the Great opting to stay on the Genji here, despite, you know, completely wasting his tire. Burb House making this up over Farah though, or Farah over to Sombra from Farah. Excuse me.
Guitar is hovering over that high noon now. That Brigitte's ultimate's coming up very quickly, as well as Samson's. Here comes that high noon that we've seen last time. Is it able to do anything? It looks like it's just going to create space once again. Allow UCOW kind of stand on top of each other here. And now comes the orbit.
Goes in.
Yeah, Blur's unfortunately gets hacked there, but Samson pops that orbital ray. Fortunately doesn't get a whole lot of value now. Epic Gamer popping the rally, trying to pick up the Sombra here, and he actually does. Azu unfortunately DMX Blurs, and Blurs falls to Jim the Great now.
Volcarona used their vector as well.
It looks like the 3v3, 3v4 on point.
Yeah,
Disadvantage towards UCOW.
UCOW's in a really good spot here. Even though Guitar's down, I think they're still kind of holding on to their own. They just wasted a whole minute there sitting under that choke. So I think that was a pretty good idea there, to stay with just 3 people. Holding that down, you were able to burn a lot of time off the clock there.
Yeah, definitely. They still have, what is that? I can't do math quickly. Over,
Like,
I'll just say over 90 meters to go.
Yeah, it's about 90. So
Yeah. Lot of progress still needs to be made for Tufts here. Some ults coming out. We got the Kitsune rush popped by Shamrock now. Blursy's got that Diva bomb in the back pocket. Either opting to use it for a second life or just get out. He's using it for the second life. Zek the Snack getting a
my.
Yeah,
sneaky pick on the Shamrock there.
Does he
But
get
gets
the pick?
deflected,
No.
unfortunately.
It's still a 4v4 though.
Yeah, even trade. Epic Gamer gets the Sombra, but Ozzy
Still
picks
even.
up the Tar Master. But Blur's the final counter pick onto the Juno. Not final, but hopefully one of the final picks there.
There we
UCOW
go.
holding this point, and they're hopefully going to try and stagger this Genji if they can.
UCOW able to bring that fight right back
Yes,
tonight.
the
Ooh,
Genji
Genji.
stagger.
Yeah, that's a big stagger here for UCOW.
Volcarona swapping to Lucio. That's a pick you don't see all too often.
I think Tufts really wants to enable this dive. They kind of want to look towards Zek and Guitar. That's clearly the main issues for them here. Unfortunately,
Also,
not.
Econ leaning towards UCOW with one more ult.
Yeah, Tufts definitely want to try and go for this dive here, but the thing is, UCOW can just play counter dive. They've got this extra meterage onto Tufts. They can just play defense here. They don't really need to push into their territory anymore.
That's true. There's 3 minutes left now. It looks like Blurs is just kind of stunning out this point. That EMP only gets 3 people there, but Zek does go down. Epic Gamer opting to rally there, keep himself alive. Still 4v5 though.
Also using the primal there too as well. Trying to just make some more space here. Epic Gamer does fall, unfortunately. Blur's now trying to get out after Guitar Master falls to Volcarona. Volcarona now falling to 1 HP himself, but Unfortunately, UCOW doesn't got the range to pick him off from far, and Azu gets Samson, and Burpass staggers Zach. Blur's really low, but he's able to get back to spawn. But I think Tufts are going to be able to cap this this forward spawn here.
2 minutes and 30 seconds now up on the clock. They do have about half of what UCOW already captured, so it's now time for UCOW to kind of be a little bit more aggressive. But I think I see what they're doing here. They're trying to get out as many ultimates as they can while playing super, super passive. And that's just able to burn so much time off the clock. I mean, we've seen 2 minutes go down just in these choke areas. And that's been crucial here for UCOW.
Oh, and Jim gets trapped. Zach with the sneaky traps there. It's a great early pick for UCOW. They're still deep in their own territory. Burpass now on the flank here. They're trying to get something here, but gets forced out. Zach the Snack now taking this high ground. There's another sneaky trap. You never know. Those traps, they get people more often than you think. Usually pretty
Now
good.
under 2 minutes here, 1 minute 40 seconds as Epic goes down, Burphouse goes down. It's just an even fight still as Azu goes down along with Guitar Master, and it looks like that blade won't get anybody. It's just a lost cause here for Tufts as 1 minute and 30 seconds are up on the clock. And look in the top of your screen there, UCOW is still pushing the point all the way back into Tufts spawn.
Yeah, thanks to that Diva Bomb and some sneaky backline pushes, UCOW now are in a great position to win this game. They still have got 2 ults of their own to counter Tufts' 2 ults here. Hopefully they'll be able to hold this last point.
And we've hit our 60-second mark. Tufts looking to capture 40 more meters, which is an insane amount here. That's at least 3 team fights as Guitar Master is getting enabled here. He's a walking high noon, and he takes out Jim. 45 seconds now.
Looking to get the pick on the Winston.
And that's Shamrock using the Kitsune Rush and Volcarona committing the beat to what's potentially not the final fight here. So despite
Every ult being committed here.
yeah, despite Tufts using a lot of ults, UCOW are definitely much closer to building their ults back, and they're just going to be able to win the next ult fight.
This is definitely a big win here for UCOW. They were able to get out every single ultimate from Tufts, and now they are in a position where you've seen on Suravasa where they just had all their ultimates ready to go and were able to secure the game as we're headed into overtime. Now 40 meters remain for Tufts. At least 2 team fights.
Blur's making the swap to a Winston here.
Looks like
Yeah, I like that swap. Very
UCOW
good.
is opting just to make this 1 team fight. As look at all the space Blurs is making. That forces out the cleanse there from Shamrock. And it's still very, very even here as it's still overtime situation. Epic Gamer approaching that rally. Guitar has high noon up. Is he able to pop it out here? Yes, he is, and it looks like he will be walking in. Look at all the space he's making. Is he able to get it in that corner? Suzu comes out.
No, he gets
Ooh, he gets deflected. 4v5 still, though. It's looking good as Blurs has the primal up already. And that rally comes up.
Here comes Volcarona.
Epic Gamer taking out Volcarona, and it looks like UCOW will come out on top as they do take the map, sending us off into 2-2 off of the win on Esperanza.
Reverse sweep incoming. Reverse sweep. It's time.
We need to play the quiet game. We need to play the quiet game. We need to play the quiet game. Where's the wood?
Potential match point on both teams here.
I have wood somewhere. Here we go. I knocked on wood.
Oh,
Don't worry, I got you. I got you. I got you.
I don't think y'all can hear that.
All right, but
I'm
that's the
not gonna
Goat
go down.
Master. I think Goat Master was definitely the MVP there. We've seen a lot of
Oh,
kills
yeah.
right out of the gate there. I mean, right at the 8-minute mark, he was probably already at double digits. So I think
Yeah,
that
both
was one
DPS.
of.
Yeah, but both DPS for UCOW were incredible there. They were able to build their ults a lot quicker than Tufts DPS. They used those ults very, very effectively. Even though we saw there at the end, Goat Master getting deflected, but you can't get them all. And High Noon's a really hard ultimate to get value out of. So what he did, making all that space there, was incredible. And both DPS for UCOW were very, very good.
All right, looking at her chat. River's saying I need to flex with my sweatshirt off. That is actually on my premium page. It's on my link tree. Um, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So you call me out for shouting out my Twitch, and I can't call you out for shouting that out?
Bro, what?
On the UC Esports
I didn't even say
stream,
anything.
man.
I didn't even say anything. I just said my link tree. It could be anything. My LinkedIn is on there.
There
we
you go.
Follow me on my LinkedIn, guys.
Follow me on LinkedIn.
Alright, but anyways, this Malevolence guy, I think I know who he is. I think that's the secret Nitro we seen taken out. I'm being informed one of you said I'm a Ryan hater. What about the Lucio One Trick says he... Wait, what about the Lucio One Trick says he hates Ryan? Are you referring to Lightning, that William guy? I think he's also a Ryan hater if I remember correctly.
No, I think he's saying that like he's questioning why you think he hates Ryan just by being a Lucio One Trick.
I know why you hate Ryan, because you told me you hate Ryan. You said it. But that's pretty clear. I'm just kidding. I'm not hating here. I'm not hating. I know everybody dislikes Ryan. I know he might not always be the best pick, guys.
Wait
But
till
you
he
gotta
gets
give
his
him
fat
some
chatter.
love. Yeah, you gotta let him get his fat chatter like Blurst does.
If you hate Ryan, you hate me.
Ooh, fighting words.
Alright, but we are 2-2 now. Haha, funny.
Oh yeah, you gotta update that.
I did. It's just not updating.
Oh,
There we
there
go.
you go.
It was taking a while.
What's the map pool for this?
I don't know.
Is it well, look like it's escort. They're going to Gibraltar.
Alright, so here's Swords, guys. Swords, word for word, and I quote, says, "He is saying he is not a Ryan hater because Lucio player, you dumb shit face."
That is the verbatim DM.
That is the verbatim word for word.
Do we want to unmute him? Can you like selectively unmute certain people? Do you want to unmute them and get
Here we
him?
go, Miles. You
take real
can
quick?
Miles, you can tell me real quick. Ready? All right, you gotta leave and rejoin.
That's if he's even like.
Yeah,
if he
he's
is.
in. He's in.
Hold on.
All right, you can unmute yourself. Yeah. All right, tell me, man.
Hi, gamers.
Hi. Hi.
You're an idiot.
Why am I an idiot?
Because how did you mess up reading this comment?
Bro, I don't know. That's exactly what I read.
Like, he literally said that he doesn't hate Ryan because.
Are you on like a
Lucio
Nokia or what are you talking
No,
into, bro?
I don't have my actual mic. I have just my headset mic now.
He's in your house. He's got a reptile. He's Jake Overwatch. He's Jake
Danny,
Overwatch.
Don't make me come over there. By the way,
That mic.
You're
that
not
mic
gonna
is
come
horrible.
over here.
I will walk my ass over there right now.
Please don't dox me.
Stop fucking trying to jinx us, bro.
My
Motherfucker
bad.
said-
You're doxing both of yourselves if you go to this house.
All right, get him out of here.
All right,
Get him
he's
outta
out of here. He's out of here. He's out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. That's all the time you get.
Danny lives at 1800 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Oh.
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go.
He's actually he lives in the White House.
So that was Miles, by the way, guys. The guy that sounded like he was on a TV speaking.
On a poster.
Yeah, he's the captain of White Team. What he said, White Team needs some love. So White Team actually scrimmed Black before this game. White Team is pretty much at the same level as Black Copium, but no, in all seriousness, they are pretty close to each other, so it does work out pretty well. But that is the captain of White Team, so that's a shout out for him. Anyways, we are off into the worst map of all time.
Gibraltar.
like Gibraltar?
Gibraltar. I'm a Gibraltar hater. I'm a Reinhardt player. What can I say?
You can play Ryan on Gibraltar. You just gotta be creative.
He's cooking.
You just gotta fight
He's
Diet Ryan.
cooking.
Okay.
If Jaden is still in the chat, he knows a lot about playing Ryan on this map.
Reinhardt on Gibraltar would go crazy here. I think that's the pick. I think you're cooking it hard, Danny.
I think Mercer's got this. He's got the Reinhardt pick. Well, telepathy it into his brain real quick.
I think this is match point. I don't know. We'll see. If they win, then they win. And then we'll see if we go to another map because we're just going with the flow. We're just here, guys. I just work here. So, anyways, heading off
we're
here.
just chill guys.
Wait,
We're just vibing here.
we're just chill
We're
guys.
just chill guys. All right, Blur's starting out on the Winston here. The main goal for this first point on Gibraltar is just to push the cart under the car wash, as they say. That's your first objective. You apparently, like, back in the day, under the car wash there was a cap point. Can I get a confirmation on that? From an old head.
That is true.
The old head confirms.
Hey, wait a minute.
Anyways,
New gen knowing that shit.
yeah, I think Burp House on the Widow here can be a little deadly, as you can see there, but I think Blur's just putting continuous pressure on him is probably key to UCOW here.
Yeah, Widow on this map is absolutely disgusting. You've got these super long sight lines, can create some crazy value here.
Birdhouse looking to get a pick on the Ana or Brig here.
Yeah, Blur's trying his best to shield his teammates and actually gets the sniper monkey pick onto the Widow. They should hopefully engage pretty aggressively here, UCOW. Zek's not going in with his Reaper guy, while Guitar Master sneakily pushing this card underneath, and Azu dropping really low HP. Blur's jumping on the high ground. Genji 1 HP, so is this Brigitte forced to pop the rally, but he gets nanoed.
I do like this nano, as Primal is now up and ready to go. He's opting for that. Yep.
Zek the Smack gets a crucial pick there too.
Does he secure the pick on the Ana?
He's able to do it on the Widow there, and it looks like UCOW will get it to 1 meter here, and Tufts will blow up, putting us back up on the board. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left here. All economy. I think, yeah, actually.
The TP out. Did she? I can't tell. No, she did. She got the TP.
Alt economy looking pretty strong here for both sides, actually. You do have sights up very quickly here. You do have Blade and Nano, which is something Tufts has done multiple times. We've seen it on Cervasa, seen it on Caliseo. Or not Caliseo, but...
Area cleared. Ooh, area cleared! He got one. And the Brig's incredibly low. Now Zach rotating out, getting this mini health pack.
I love the area cleared.
Love it.
But
Unfortunately, it doesn't matter though. Jim the Great fells Zach the Snack in the back line. But Jim the Great going to 1 HP gets a nice repair pack from the Brigitte. Manages to stay alive, but still at dangerously a low HP. So is Oz and Winston. And gets absolutely demolished by Guitar Master. But the Blade comes out, the rally to counter. Doesn't matter though. Jim the Great gets the kill onto Nitro, but is going to hopefully fall to Zach the Snack here. Perhaps Guitar Master on the Tracer with this Pulse Bomb in hand. Opts to not stick the Widow, but goes down to Shamrock with the anti-grenade. Lots of stuff happening on the card. I can't really tell what's happening right now.
It looks like Zek is able to stay alive here, and he's kind of the main damage dealer in this whole thing, as Blurs is looking to take out this Genji once and for all, but he's not able to. Is he able? He might be able to get the Ana, and he does. Is he able to get the Genji as well? No, he's getting packed, unfortunately. But that nano comes out. Holy moly, this fight is lasting forever.
Goes into a break.
This
the big
fight.
guys. He gets it with the nano and the Winston. Okay, they gotta.
I think this bananas. Anyways,
they
right.
did it.
They did it.
Okay,
4 minutes
fine.
back up on the clock. That was a very, very long team fight. That took forever, but it's okay because UCOW ultimately comes back up on top. 2 ultimates for UCOW. Looks like Nano is approaching there for Tufts, and that'll probably just enable their Winston unless you just want to dry Nano your Jim Genji.
Burp House making the swap back over to the Widow, back on this outside point. The sight lines are super long once again, can get some crazy value, some headshots, but not hitting anything quite yet.
Alright, I did receive confirmation. This is match point. This is the last map that you'll see from us today. But that goes without a doubt, as we do have 3 minutes and 30 seconds left up on the clock, and UC is about to make this a two-team fight game. Potentially, as Blurs is just making infinite space here. He almost has Primal up as Nano comes out here on Azu, looking towards Nitro there. And it looks like he is unable to push in as Volcarona goes down to Guitar Master. Here comes the Genji Blade. Rally comes out as well as the Nano on Guitar Master, and it's still an even fight here. But that goes without saying, Shamrock goes down to that Winston Primal. I think UC is still in a very, very good spot here. I don't know about you guys, but they do have 2 ultimates, both DPS ultimates. Azu with the only ultimate here for Tufts. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remain. Volcareno goes down. Now it's looking like a very, very good fight here. 4v5. Guitar Master looking for it, but area cleared in the backline there as Jim goes down. Now 3v2, 2v5, and it looks like Zek the Snack will clean up the fight and send us off. Potentially here. I'm right. I can speak early. Danny can't. I put him in the gutter. You're not allowed to speak early, but that is 2 minutes and 20 seconds left up on the clock there. Good position here for UC on Gibraltar.
Zek the Snack absolutely cleaning up on the Reaper guy there at the end. Definitely got a lot of value there, engaging early, engaging with the Winston, making sure that Tufts can't really escape their spawn.
All right.
Now,
I think they'll probably put out the same team comp as last time. I think it'll be pretty much the same exact thing we've seen. So we'll see here, though. It looks like pretty much the same here from UCOW. We'll see what the DPS for Tufts is.
Reinhardt's coming out. I'm calling it.
Bro, that'd make my day. That'd make my day. Actually, it's already... I like this pick from Tufts. I think that this would be really good into UCOW. Now, that goes without saying. Zek has been tearing up Azu. So, who knows? Now it's Pharah. I think it's pretty much... It's a gamble. Right. I think Echo's more the safe pick, but I think Pharah is also a good pick if you're going to play at super, super long range here.
Yeah, the only thing you really got to watch out for if you're Burp House here is that Ana, because she's really the only thing that can even touch you for any good damage besides, you know, the Winston zap from 2 miles away, Tracer, like 1 bullet, you know, it's not going to do anything. So he kind of gets free reign here if he just plays far back and plays the range game.
I like what Zek is doing there. I think Tufts will opt to go into that small corridor there, and it looks like they potentially are, as Zek is able to build up a little bit all percentage there. Now Azu
looking to go in on the Brigand Ana.
And look at all that damage Azu is taking there, already half HP there. Once Zek is able to get on Azu, he's just, I mean, he loses all his HP in a matter of seconds there.
Yeah, Azu on the Burp House on the off angle here, trying to pepper this this front line and maybe even the back line a bit, but Blurs, I don't think he meant to do that, but he just Mr. President and that the boot missile there.
I like that. I was gonna say something. I don't know, but
that was really cool, despite if he meant to do it or not.
3 minutes here up on the clock. Zek does have Blossom coming up here very quickly, 90% for Samson's Nano. I mean, it's looking pretty much equal here for Tufts as well, as Shamrock has his up very quickly, but Burphouse goes down.
Birdhouse.
We have Sniper Monkey in here from Balloon Tower Defense.
Yes, sir.
Picks off the Brig.
Anubis comes out onto Zek the Snack's Reaper here. Fortune doesn't get a whole lot of value, but it was more for the aura.
The aura check. But I think that was something I think that UCOW will go around is Zek. You gotta enable Zek. He is the Reaper. He's gonna blow up Azu. He can also blow up that Genji if he isn't smart. And I think in most situations he has been doing a great job keeping Jim in check there.
I think another thing too is Samson and Blurs are keeping that Pharah in check. You know, as much as I praise the Pharah pick here, it's not doing a whole lot. Burphouse doesn't even have his ult yet. You know, he's not doing so hot on this Pharah character, and they're able to counter him pretty well.
Oh!
Area cleared comes out, unfortunately gets booped away. And as I say it, the barrage picks up too.
There's a lot of confusing things happening here. I wasn't expecting that Reaper Blossom. I wasn't expecting a nanoed Pharah barrage. So, but it looks like it will go in favor of Tufts there. There's only 1 minute and 30 seconds remain on the clock. Tufts has 2 ultimates ready to go here, but Blurs has his primal ready. Guitar has that pulse bomb, and Samson's approaching Nano.
Starmaster now engaging. Hopefully gonna pick up the Brigitte pick here. Yeah, Blurs helps him out here. Starmaster with this pulse bomb in hand. Unfortunately, Blurs gets slept there, but he's going back in, re-engaging here on this Ana. The Ana gets the mega health pack getting back up to max HP, but Zek the Snack picks up Burp House somehow. Guitar Master engages with that Pulse Bomb, doesn't quite get the stick off, but it doesn't matter. As UC are able to hold this point despite Jim the Great's blade, kind of doesn't do anything. And he swaps over to the Reaper.
And it looks like we will be sent into our last potential team fight of this map on Gibraltar. One ultimate for Tufts and one ultimate here for the Bearcats. 30 seconds remaining up on the clock. Zek is opting for this high ground control. I think that is definitely the play here. Is he able to get out the Pharah? No, he isn't. He is booped off the high ground there, and it looks like UCOW will choose to kind of restabilize now. They don't have that high ground control. You got to be careful here, but Samson has that nano online, able to potentially get his Winston in. But that rally comes out here from Volcarona. Is he able to get anybody? No, he isn't, as that high ground's already controlled. Nano Winston coming in here now. Blurs. 8 seconds remaining up on the clock. Nobody's contesting the point. 6 seconds still counting down here. Jim the Goat down. Shamrock down. Nitro is down, though. Now 3v4. Looking pretty strong here for UCOW, as Nitro is coming back very quickly. Zek the Snack approaching 100%, but Burbhouse takes out Samson and Blurs. Still overtime situation here, as Zek is back up on the point, stalling it out as much as he can. And it finally looks like Tufts will take off the point there. Unfortunate there for the Bearcats. It was looking pretty promising there at one point.
Yeah, it was looking real good there, but I think unfortunately Tufts just had more ultimates to engage. You know, they had that Primal, they had the Barrage. The Barrage picking up 2, there was just an incredibly clutch play from Burb House, and now Ozzy switching over to the Diva. See it on the second point. Four ultimates on the board, or almost on the board for the Bearcats here. You've got one almost on the board for Tufts. Guitar Master with this Pulse Bomb in his pocket. He's going to try and engage here on this Pharah, hopefully. Maybe get a stick. Doesn't really matter, though, as long as he gets that health all the way down. Getting peppered now by this Pharah. Zek the Snack rates out of there, keeps his life.
Gets the
Trades
pick on the
Nitros for Jim the Greats. Burp House picking out Nitro. Now Blurs juggling their backline, keeping them trapped in this room. They're unable to help the rest of the team. Zek the Snack picks up Burp House as Blurs falls really, really low HP, but so does Azu and Guitar Master. Guitar Master gets the stick off onto the Ana and gets the pick. Drops the mech down. Samson finds Volcarona, and now they're going to stagger out this Diva here for only 1 minute now remaining for the Bearcats to defend.
And we're back into the same situation we seen last point. It's going to be right down to the wire into overtime once again. But this time, there's a lot of colors probably going to pop up on your screen, as both sides have 3 ultimates approaching here. 4 actually for Tufts. And Tufts actually might opt for that nanoed barrage that we seen on the last point. But Zek does have that Reaper Blossom that he needs to use quickly here, potentially. But 40 seconds remain.
Going in with the Nano Monkey.
Yeah, Volcarona opts to pop the rally to save Diana's life. The barrage goes out, but it gets stunned by Nitro's rally. Burp House falling incredibly low, but so is all of UC. Burp House now going over the top, trying to find a pick onto Nitro, and gets the pick done with Azu's help, but he falls incredibly low. Azu also incredibly low in the mech. Has to use the Diva Bomb to re-mech himself. Zek the Snack has this Death Blossom. Is he going to try and use it to stop this final push, or are they going to just hope for the next point? They're not even going to touch, and I think that's the right call there for UCOW. Saving their for the next, last final point. Only 1.5 minutes to hold. I think that's the right choice.
I do think that's the right choice here, especially, I mean, Tufts do have 2 ultimates approaching here. They're going to probably look for a Nano Blade, but Pharah Barrage is coming up as quickly as they used it. But UCOW's ults are looking very strong here. Ooh, Nitro goes down along with Blurs. That's not good here. As now only 1 minute remains on the clock for Tufts to full capture this point.
As you heard Athena say,
Are
60
looking
seconds
for a
left.
flank here, it seems like.
Blurs going in, hitting the Ana, grabbing that primal rage. The Nano comes out, but the barrage isn't quite on board yet. Only 98 to it. He wastes that Nano, goes down.
There we go.
He gets down. Blurs uses the primal here, gets slept in the back line, is still trying to make something happen, juggling them out. He gets out, fortunately, with his life. Samson with the Nano boost. Zek the Snack has this Death Blossom. We've got 4 ults on the board for Tufts for this last fight here. 25 seconds remaining.
4 ultimates for Tufts. It's looking dire here for UCOW as 15 seconds remain up on the clock. Birdhouse already on critically low HP, unable to use that barrage like he needs to. But Blurs is nano. Look how fast that monkey is building that ult charge, but he just blows up. Now 3 down. Still even fight now as Nacho and Nacho. Oh my god. It's a very even fight here.
Area cleared.
Area
Blur's
cleared.
house.
Area cleared. The bomb goes out. It's overtime now. Zek the Snack versus and Guitar Master versus this Azo on the Diva. DP 2 DPS versus
It's-
1 tank, but the Sombra comes back. It's a final
Winston also comes back.
frenzy on the point for this overtime fight now. Who can build ults quicker? Nitro almost at the rally. Gets it off
Oh,
just in time.
Gets the Lucio.
Zek the Snack picks up 2. Nitro
Yes,
gets
it is.
1.
and it looks like UCOW will clean it up. Oh my goodness gracious.
And that's it. UC Black
That is it.
are your Playfly Open Plus divisional champions. That's
I can't believe I said Nacho there. That was funny.
in the heat of the
I'm
moment.
I'm used to other
used to
players,
red.
so yeah,
Used to red
red. So that's unfortunate because I said that out of habit. But anyway, that goes without saying. Blurs definitely the MVP of this map. I think him on Suravasa and him here on Gibraltar definitely secured the win there for UC. I gotta update the score here just so we can take a picture of it.
Let's go.
Kabam! There we go.
UC 3-2, the reverse sweep. I called it like a match ago.
Yeah, Miles, where you at? But anyway, that goes without saying. That is your divisional champions for Open Plus, Masters and above division. That is our UCOW Plus, or UCOW Plus, UCOW Black team,
UCOW Plus.
featuring
Yeah, they
Blur's
are the
Guitar
UCOW Plus team
Master,
now.
Samson Nitro, Epic Gamer, and Zek the Snack. The all-time favorites, Zek the Snack and Goat Master, definitely making their way through this. Definitely the MVPs of all the match combined here. But that's me for today. I've been joined today by Danny and Hirsch. You guys have final words? Any final? Oh my god. I need to go to bed.
He's
Get
old.
this man out of here.
Get him out of here.
You guys have anything to say?
Hirsch, go ahead.
I don't got any words except for GG's for UCOW Black.
Danny?
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, I was gonna say congrats to UCOW Black. Great win. Super proud of these boys. They've definitely deserved it. They put in a lot of hard work. Great games.
That indeed, and I have been your host, Cohen Daviduck. I mean, not a lot goes without saying. Jesus, man. Anyways, that's UCOW Black. That is your divisional championship. UCOW Black takes the trophy home and sets the standard here for UC. And I've been your host once again, Cohen Daviduck, joined today by Danny and Hirsch. We will see you next semester, starting out strong with brand new teams. That will be in January. If you're interested in trying out, be sure to join the UCOW Discord, UC Esports. We are happy to have anybody of any type of rank. We'll take anybody from bronze all the way up to top 500. Please, top 500. Anyways, that goes without saying. Thank you so much for watching. On behalf of the UCOW exec staff, we have brought to you this stream, and we hope you enjoyed. We will see you all next semester. Adios.
Bye bye.